This week, the plan to cut off funding for the president's health care bill heads from the House to the Senate.
But does it stand a chance? We are joined now by Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Welcome.
Good morning.
Great
Good
to
morning.
see you in
Glad
person. I mean, really, right now we're facing a shutdown or not. What's the plan coming from your end? I mean, what's the alternative here to Obamacare?
I think we shouldn't give it a penny. I think it's a disaster, and I think it's going to hurt precisely the people that it intended to help. So I'm against Obamacare from top to bottom, and I won't vote to fund it at all.
But can you be against Obamacare and not for a government shutdown?
Well, I'm absolutely opposed to a government shutdown as well. I think that's a bad idea. So I think really we fight it out, and we'll see in the end the Democrats have the Senate and the presidency. It's going to be difficult ultimately to overcome them, but I think we should use the leverage of controlling the House. The Republicans were elected in the House. We were elected to do something. People want us to stand up and fight Obamacare, so we should. And really, the president has it exactly backwards. He says, oh, if Republicans don't get 100% of what they want, they're going to shut down government. It's completely the opposite. He wants 100% of Obamacare. He's unwilling to compromise. If he doesn't get 100% of Obamacare, the president's going to shut down government.
You're thoroughly with Ted Cruz. However, you're not convinced there's an end game that's going to see Obamacare defunded. So if that is the case, you have another idea. You believe that Obamacare should be for everybody, for example.
Right. I think Congress should never exempt themselves from a law, but then again, I think John Roberts, he loves Obamacare so much.
Supreme Court Justice.
He should get it. Right now, he's getting a federal employee subsidy. He's not part of Obamacare. So he makes the rest of America, through, I think, convoluted constitutional logic, he makes us get Obamacare, but he's exempt. So I have an amendment that I will introduce, that we've written up, and we will introduce, that says all the federal government gets Obamacare, including federal employees, but including John Roberts.
It's going to cost you an extra $700 or more per family, and the staffers don't even make as much as senators. They're making minimum salaries. A lot of them do it for the benefits.
Yeah, I'm not excited about doing that to staff or the federal employees, but if it's a good idea, if the president thinks Obamacare is a good idea, and if John Roberts thinks that he can twist the Constitution and make Obamacare constitutional, he ought to get it.
What about the middle lane here? What if it is not funding Obamacare, or if it is exactly funded, is that a slow road to eventually having no cash here anyway?
Right. Well, what I've said is defunding Obamacare is where we should start. That's what we're for. That's what the people who voted us are for. But the thing is, we may not get everything we want, so I acknowledge that. President wants 100% of Obamacare. We want 0. Maybe we make it less bad through a compromise. So if the Republicans in the House pass defund, Democrats in the Senate continue to fund, maybe there could be a compromise in the middle where we get rid of the taxes, get rid of some of the bad parts of Obamacare.
Is that possible? You do think so?
Maybe, but you'd have to have a very quick conference committee. Leadership in the Republican side and Democrat side would have to come together and say, we are willing to compromise, and we have a conference committee.